YouTubers. Welcome back to an edition of Mix Tips. My name's Adam, coming to you from 19 Studios in a snowy day here in Pennsylvania. I want to talk a little bit today about something that you can do in your home studio to make your sound bigger, better, more like the pros. We'll get right to it. There's a misconception out there that you need to have really expensive studio monitors to get that real good big sound. And really, that's not the case. Any set of decent studio monitors you can create really good mixes on. And there's a simple trick that I applied years ago that I hope may help you out. So what you really need to do to make great mixes is have a reference point to what your monitors sound like. Back in my live sound days, the first thing I would do when I'd go into a sound system anywhere is I would play a song that I knew inside and out. I knew how it sounded on my computer. I knew how it sounded in the car. I knew how it sounded on other speakers, stereo systems, and I would play that song over and over, and I'd get the system to sound how I wanted it to sound with that reference material. And just for your reference, I use the artist formerly known as Prince, his song 7. I've always used that for reference tracks since the mid-90s. So I started applying that when I would guest mix, engineer in studios. When I go in and I don't recognize the studio monitors, I've never mixed on those types of monitors before, even maybe if I have, the first thing I do is put that reference track in and I listen to it on those monitors. The reason I do that is I get a feel for what the room sounds like that you're mixing in. You also get a feel for how the monitors sound. Now there's one other big step that I do that helps me with my mixes and helps to take them to the next level. And that is I insert either a third octave EQ or a parametric EQ outside of the DAW just for the speakers. So I can EQ just the monitors in the room the way I want them to sound. So what I do is I play my reference track and then I EQ that track so that it sounds good and what I'm used to hearing. And then once you do that, once you make your mix in your DAW or whatever recording software you're using, if you make it sound like your reference material that you're used to listening to, it will translate well everywhere else you listen to it without coloring the sound. Because what happens is if you're mixing on a set of monitors that you don't know how they sound, or maybe some are a little trebly or bassy, when you mix that in your DAW, it's going to have that same effect. So if the monitors are lacking in low end and you added low end in, when you get in the car, that low end is going to be colored into your recording. If you compensate for those frequencies that you're not used to hearing or can't hear with the studio monitors you have, having an EQ just for those monitors makes a big difference in your mix. Hope this helps out everybody at home a little bit. If you like my channel, please subscribe below, and we'll see you next time on Mix Tips.